The hall monitor showed up in the doorway after lunch and said, "We need to talk about what's in your bag." The room went dead quiet. Even my teacher stopped mid-sentence and looked up from the whiteboard. He stood there in the doorway, waiting for me to get up. Every pair of eyes turned my way as I grabbed my backpack. I heard someone whisper, "She's in trouble." Another voice said, "Oh my God, the rumors were true." My heart pounded as I followed him into the hallway. I hadn't done anything. My brain scrambled to remember what was even in my backpack: textbooks, my water bottle, my hoodie. Nothing that should have caused this kind of scene. But the way he said it made me feel like there was something dangerous inside. When we got to the office, the secretary wouldn't even look at me. She just said, "You can go right in. Mrs. Gates is waiting." Her tone was soft, but not kind. Mrs. Gates, the principal, sat behind her desk waiting. "We received a report about something in your bag. Can you open it, please?" My hands shook as I unzipped it. She reached in and pulled out something, laying it on a napkin. It was small and white with a little window. She said my name in that slow way adults do when they think you're about to lie. Then she said, "Do you want to explain what this is?" I froze. If I said the truth, I'd get in trouble with my dad for taking it without asking. If I didn't say anything, I'd get in trouble here. I just stared at it, my mouth dry, not sure which was worse. Mrs. Gates sighed and picked up the phone. "Can you send the nurse in, please?" The nurse, Ms. Keller, walked in like she was entering a crime scene. "Hi, sweetheart," she said, sitting across from me. "We just want to make sure you're okay. You're not in trouble." Her voice was syrupy and careful, like I might break if she said the wrong thing. Mrs. Gates folded her hands. "A few students reported that you were showing this to your friends in the locker room after swim practice. They said you told them you were waiting to see the results." The way she said results made my stomach twist. Ms. Keller gave me a gentle look. "It's okay to tell the truth. You're safe here." I opened my mouth to explain, but before I could, someone outside the office laughed. It wasn't a friendly laugh. I caught the words, "She's pregnant," and "the swim team girl." That's when it clicked. That was what they thought. The tiny white tester, the timing, everything. Mrs. Gates leaned forward. "We just need to know if you're sexually active." I blinked. "Active?" She nodded. "You can be honest with us. It's better if you are." I hesitated. I knew it would sound stupid, but it was the truth. I do these all the time with my dad. Ms. Keller's expression changed instantly. She glanced at Mrs. Gates, who looked horrified. "With your father?" she repeated carefully. My voice cracked. "Yeah, he showed me how. He uses them for work." The two of them shared a look that made me realize they definitely didn't understand. The air got heavier, like everyone was waiting for me to confess to something I didn't even know about. Mrs. Gates picked up the phone again. "I think we should call your parents." 20 minutes later, my mom burst through the door, still in her diner uniform, smelling like coffee and onions. "What is going on?" she demanded, wiping her hands on her apron. Mrs. Gates gestured to the napkin on her desk. "We found this in your daughter's backpack. Several students said she was showing it off." My mom squinted, then snorted. "You called me out of work for this?" Mrs. Gates frowned. "We just wanted to make sure she was safe." My mom picked up the tester, turned it over, and groaned. "You really called me in here because she was checking if the pool was clean?" Mrs. Gates blinked. "Excuse me?" "It's a chlorine tester," my mom said. "Her dad works for the community pool. She probably took it from the garage. It's not a pregnancy test." The room went dead silent. Ms. Keller leaned in, squinting. "Oh," she said softly. My mom crossed her arms. "You had me leave a full restaurant because my kid was testing pool water?" Mrs. Gates cleared her throat. "There seems to have been a misunderstanding." My mom looked at me. "Did you take this from your dad's work?" I nodded. "I just wanted to show Lila and Jess how it worked." Mrs. Gates mumbled something about communication and rumors, but it was too late. When I got back to class, everyone stared. Someone whispered, "Guess she's not as ran through as they said," and a few kids laughed. By the end of the day, my locker had a sticky note with 2 pink lines and a heart drawn next to it. That night, my dad held up the tester like evidence. "Breaking news," he said. "Local student exposes shocking chlorine levels." I rolled my eyes, but he couldn't stop laughing. But at least the pool was clean.